Gates of the Ancient. So this is a... Oh, yeah, I need to refresh my memory on the controls anyway. So 1 to 4, select menu. Anyway, let's load. Now I'll just start at the beginning here. Yeah, we have a 3D space C64 space game, and unlike the C64 version of Elite, this actually has solid and somewhat shaded ships and things. Oh, I got a new shield. Let's turn our shield on. Oops, something's shooting at me. So on the left, I have my shield meter. On the... I keep forgetting my controls are not inverted. On the right, I have my laser energy. Bottom, the numbers on the left show my position in my current sector. Oh, and we got pirates. Just gotta clear this area. Got a little radar on the bottom left to see where things are. The very upper left there has a little thing showing the direction of my current waypoint. Finally. Okay, there's a trading station over here we can trade with. Yeah, I can select different nav points and it'll direct me to them. Once I've been there, it remembers what they are. I have a little galaxy map that right now just shows me that there's 2 sectors that I know of in this galaxy. Everything is kind of in a ring. One of the waypoints will be a gate to jump to either the next galaxy or to the next one in the ring. The gates that lead to the next galaxy you have to unlock somewhere else by doing a little unlock puzzle. Frame rate is not great, but so you can buy stuff with your credits. I guess I can't look at what I actually have unless I well, I guess it's grayed out if I have it. So I can buy a basic hyper jump. That'll let me go slightly faster by trading some shield energy for... Did I not? I guess I didn't actually buy it. Oh well, whatever. I'm actually gonna load my save state up from where my current game is. Let's see, I've gone through a bunch of different sectors. I'm on Galaxy 5, I guess. Exploring around. I don't know what this here is. Oh, that's the gate I came through, I suppose. Yeah, I can press J to hyper jump once I'm away from everything else, which will just basically shoot me forward a little ways. The upper left of this screen here has a bar showing how close I am to my current destination. You're going through, you're trying to get home. There are artifacts you can collect on the way. Oh, there's a pirate. He said, give us all your gold, so yeah, Apprentice Corsair. But my ship is pretty well upgraded for this area. Keep hyper jumping until I get where I'm trying to get to. We'll take a little closer look at some of the objects if we can. Walk the plank, you scum. Must be another pirate. There are a bunch of non-pirate things. A lot of times I'll go quite a while before seeing any pirates. Oop, out of range, I guess. Seasoned Corsair. Sometimes the pirates and other things will drop containers when you destroy them, so you can pick them up for extra money, or if you're lucky, an extra item. This is probably not a pirate. Yeah, this is a freighter. I could destroy the freighter in order to get its cargo, but probably not going to. Freighters will sometimes call for help over the minefield. If I can blow up the mines, gotta blow up all of them quick enough before they explode. If I do that, I'll get a big bonus, a bunch of credits. Come on. Do. I assume if I fail, I'll die or something, so I've never actually failed this. There we go, 79 credits. That's actually quite a bit. Oh, that's a smuggler. I could take them out to see if they're carrying anything, but I don't think the smugglers usually actually have anything. So let's go to the next nearest waypoint here. Full speed. And with time compression on, because why not? Pirate. And pirate's back in the other direction. I'll let him get closer while I keep going towards my destination a bit. He's just an apprentice, so not that tough. Cruising, cruising, cruising. Let's see what's at the next nav point here. I don't know what that is behind me. Must not be a pirate, though. Could be a courier. See those around sometimes. Oh, it's a loot bonus, where there's just a bunch of loot here. Grab some loot boxes. They're all flying apart, basically, in different directions. I have to grab as many as I can before they get out of my scanner range. It's going fast. Real fast. You can see nice spinning cubes. Oh, not getting the last one. Getting a pirate, though. Yeah, the solid shaded chips in this are pretty neat, considering that the way color, especially the way colors work on the Commodore 64. This is using a multicolor mode with a back buffer, all crammed into, well, the 3D display has a back buffer. It's all crammed into one VIC bank, so the bottom portion of the display is not double buffered. And the very top I don't think is either. Oops, where am I going? I'm going the opposite way from where I'm trying to go. But each square, or rectangle-ish square, of 8x8 pixels can only have 4 colors in it, and one of those colors has to be the background color, which is black here. And so doing 3D with like shaded objects in that is kind of tricky. And sometimes when you have two objects that are different colors, you see some weirdness, because if they're close together, it can only, and are overlap in parts of each of a part of each of them are sharing a square, then it has to pick which one's colors to use, so you wind up with things colors bleeding onto other things that are close together on the screen but aren't necessarily close together or touching. Out of curiosity, since this thing isn't that far, what is this? That is a smuggler. Ooh, ambush of ancient robots. Resistance is futile. Might be, actually. Oh, well, that one died quickly. Oh well. Yeah, I missed. Looks like these are not very strong ones. Apprentice Ancient. Although that one behind me is poking me pretty good. But my shields are quite good for this strength of enemies, so it's not being that big. Ooh, cargo. What do we get? Just credits. 6502 rules. That is a Commodore 64 joke. Kind of. The C64 actually has a 6510 in it, but that's basically the same, and it uses the 6502 instruction set. The 6510 just has a... it has a wider address bus, I think, and some other pin. And the pins are like reorganized a little bit. The address bus change, I think, is the main one. Jump, 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 jump. You know, I can't actually tell that hyper jumping is making me go any faster. It seems like I'm just going about the same amount of distance, in the same amount of time, whether I hyper jump or not. Oh right, I can't hyper jump because there's another ship nearby. Almost where I'm going. Oh, here's another gate I haven't been through. There's still one more place here to check, so I'm gonna do that before I head to this gate. It's not super far anyway. And I'll just do this with time compression on. We're gonna warp our way. Oh, pirate. Warp our way into this fight with a pirate. Seasoned Corsair, they're the green ones. The difficulty of things is basically color-coded, so... like, blue is easy, gray is a little harder, and green is getting towards medium. Oh, another bunch of loot. Loot, loot, loot. How much money have I got? 553. Basically, the quality of devices that I have now are sort of in the 500-ish range, about. To actually upgrade anything I have now is going to cost me, I think, a couple thousand, so that's not really going to happen anytime soon. A couple thousand or 4,000. And I'd have to get and the first thing I'd have to get would be a generator, too, because unless I want to turn some things off, which I could do. Some of the things I have, I don't need to have running all the time. Like the hyper jump, I don't need to have on unless I'm going to hyper jump. And my long-range scanner I can turn off once I've detected all the nav points. Back to the gate. Do-do-do-do-do, back to the gate, back to the gate. Alright. So the actual gate is the little blue thing up on the top right there. And there's these red beacons that direct you on the correct trajectory to actually fly through it. So I'm going to go in front of those red beacons. And go in front of those red beacons. Get lined up in front of this thing. The frame rate is chugging because we're displaying like 10 whole objects on the screen at once. And you saw a little bit there, possibly the red beacons bleeding onto the blue of the gate. All right. Now one of these gates leads to the previous galaxy. But I don't know. I don't remember which one is which, so we're just gonna have to guess here which way takes us to the next system in this loop. So now I need to find the gate that actually takes me to the next galaxy. We'll see how rough it is there. We'll find a better angle to show the bleeding of the red object onto the blue. Maybe around here. Right here you can kind of see the this blue beacon spinning back here, but as it's sort of depending on how I tilt my view, sometimes it's red because this red object is making this box of pixels have to be red. It just depends on exactly where it lines up on the screen, whether it can be blue on some of it or not. Here again, you see the blue beacon getting some red from the beacon or the blue gate getting some red from the beacons around it, in front of it. Looks like I probably went the wrong way. Yep, now I'm back in Galaxy 4, which is not where I want to be. We'll just burn right around here. Head back through this one. Okay, so this is where I came from, I think, so I want to play the bottom one. Hopefully I'm not remembering wrong. That. Oh, that's a freighter. Freighters are really tough to actually kill. They take a lot of punishment. Pretty much just run away and call for guard ships to come and attack you. So, not actually sure if I can catch a green freighter if it runs away. They move really slowly until they're attacked, and then I think they go quite a bit faster. Nice if you could scan a gate and it would tell you whether it was a galaxy gate or not. I don't think it does, though. It just says gate no matter what. Haven't missed a jump yet. That's pretty easy to do. Okay. We are on track for somewhere now, so let's, oh yeah, there's 2 gates here. Or no. Yeah, there's just 2 gates here. I need to find another sector that has 3 gates. Go fast. Yeah, now we haven't seen any pirates for a little while. This happened to be lucky, I guess. Or unlucky if we were trying to get lots of money. Okay, here's another gate. This is also where the lock was, but I've already disabled the lock on the gate. So which one of these goes to the next... Oh, that one. Okay. The one that had already selected for me. Because it was in the same position as the thing I had selected in the last system. Just a random chance that. after I poke around through this gate, actually I'm going to save, just so I don't forget to do that at all. But yeah, after I poke around on the other side of this gate a bit, I'm probably going to switch games and maybe we'll look at Corona's Rift some. I know Rayburst was a little interested in that. There were some other games I was thinking about looking at, but now I don't remember what they are, except for maybe Archon and Deadline. Deadline might be interesting. This galaxy is huge. Well, apparently, if I can't, with my professional grade sensors, I still can't detect any other nav points. Also, there are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sectors here. Well, I guess I'll just head in a direction. For a while. I'm also going to want to scan things to see if I encounter a higher difficulty. Advanced Trader. Yeah, there are more powerful things here. Also, we just spotted a nav point, so let's head that way. I don't think I'm going to attack an advanced freighter until I'm confident I can handle other advanced ships. Which I am not. What's this? Oh, that's a seasoned smuggler. Yeah, it's going to take me a little while to get to the next nav point. If I really want to true the... Well, I'll turn on time compression. I'll just keep a close eye on things. I just want to make sure I don't miss any enemy ships appearing. What's this thing? That is another apprentice smuggler. That's not a concern. Sure, I'll hydrate a little bit. I'm just going to ignore that. It seems like it's not hostile. I don't want to turn around for it. I'm actually starting to get close to where I'm going. What's this? Another advanced freighter. Still don't think I want to attack that. Although I might get a systems upgrade if I can actually kill it. I'm just not sure I could actually kill it. An ambush of ancient robots. This could be real bad. Depending on how tough these are. Okay, got one. That wasn't too bad. Yeah. Things. Cargo! Just credits, though. No cool devices. The ancient robots don't seem to drop too much loot. When I get ambushed by those... Okay. Let's head a different direction. No, not that way. Yeah, let's head this way. We're gonna go down X, mostly. Ooh, pirate. Ooh, advanced pirate. Let's see how tough this is. One hit. It's fast. 2. 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Oh, that wasn't bad at all. I might be able to take on a freighter then. Let's see, I was gonna go down the X coordinate. Like pirate. This is only a seasoned one, though. Green. 2 of them, though. That must have been the other one I was hitting to start with. Loots! Hey, I got advanced hyper jump, which I'm not going to want to use because I'll have to turn something off to use it. The only thing I'd probably want to turn off while traveling with hyper jump would be, well, I guess I could turn my weapons off, and I just have to remember to turn them back on before I actually fight anything. If I can downgrade my... I have to turn my laser completely off to do that, but I can. Oh hey, I actually spotted something though. Since I've spotted a thing to navigate to, I could turn my sensors off and my lasers on, and then use my new hyper jump as soon as I get out of range of whatever this other ship is. But then I won't detect any other nav points if I fly near them, so I don't want to do that. Keep our professional grade sensors on. Try our advanced hyper jump. So 32, 31. Yeah, it still doesn't seem like it actually jumps me that far. It's less than 1 whole coordinate, which is only about as far as I could fly in a couple seconds, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting close now. Turn the hyper jump back down. Loops. Credits. Oops, that was the wrong button. Missing my loots. Missing all my loots. Oh, that's a green ship. Must not be a loot. Like, is there a green loot box? I've never seen that before. No, it's not a loot box. It's a ship. Okay, thanks. Is it a ship? Yeah, the smuggler. I guess a smuggler could be a loot box, but probably isn't. Man, these things are fast sometimes. Try and catch that smuggler too. Or fight the pirate that just showed up. It's actually going to shoot at me. Okay, I did not spot any more nav points, so I should probably maybe just head down the y-axis a bit. Yeah, let's head this way. Yeah, these are much larger sectors than the previous galaxy had. So a lot more crowd enemies. Scanning, 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 scanning. The pirate behind me, but I think it's slower than me. The pirate in front of me, but I'm just gonna blast, I guess. Oh, we got a hit on our scanner here. But we got another 2 hits on our scanner. Cool. Supposedly all the nav points are about equidistant, so I might be able to figure out roughly where the last one is if I don't stumble across it anyway, based on the coordinates of the other ones. Oh, more loot. Apparently a lot of loot jackpots in this sector. Or 2 anyway. And each time you play start a new game in this, it gives you a new random galaxy, so there's no knowing what you're gonna find where. The traders also seem to be kind of random, like what stocks they carry. Okay, let's head down to unknown, unless this is a freighter. No, courier. But I'm gonna attack the next freighter I come across, I think, to try to get some more systems. Only if it's convenient, though. That one gonna be able to catch me? No, it looks like that one's slower than me, which means it must not be advanced, so I probably don't care about it. Oh, what's this up here, though? This thing's an advanced something or other. Oh, advanced courier. I'm probably not actually fast enough to catch that. I got quite a bit of credits for just an apprentice courier. The bounties are not necessarily equivalent to what their difficulty is. But yeah, here's a gate, but I really would want to find the last point of interest here before I go through it, because somewhere there's going to be, in one of the systems somewhere, there's going to be a lock that I would need for to go to the next galaxy, and plus the actual extra gate itself is going to be somewhere. So yeah, let's take our Z coordinate and put it somewhere in the middle here, because we've only got low and high Z. So let's try to bring this down to like 60 and then sweep across. X or Y. Hopefully we'll detect the next thing. Whoosh, whoosh. Ah, there it is. Found it. And it's still far away. And it wasn't actually that low. It was up in the 80s still. Do. Basically, I'm going to finish this sector, jump through the next gate, and call it for this game for tonight, and then we'll look at something else. Oh, this is also a gate. Huh. There are 2 gates here. So one of these gates leads to the next galaxy, but it should be locked. If it is the one that goes to the next galaxy. I guess maybe there's, I don't know if there's a visible sign of it being locked. Well, it wasn't that one. Must be the other one. So yeah, that brought us to the next sector in this galaxy, and this is where I'm gonna stop, I think. Save snapshot. Didn't find any artifacts this time, but haven't found very many artifacts before. Anyway, the way this thing's password system works is kind of it's very different. When you put in the password, you still start over to start a new game. You still start over at the beginning, but you get all of the credits that you ever got before when you were playing, and you get all of the artifacts that you ever got before. And the artifacts are consumable. They're things that you use at once and then they're gone. So it's kind of an interesting way to do progression. Some of the artifacts let you skip ahead. Artifacts let you skip ahead because you can like call a trader to buy stuff and use the wormhole artifact to jump ahead a galaxy. So in theory, you can play it a bunch of times and then basically start further along because you'll have all of your credits and you can call the trader and buy stuff immediately and jump ahead some galaxies. But so yeah, it's different. It's different and does, more 3D than most 3D Commodore 64 games do. The downside of the way it does things over like how Coronis Rift works is Coronis Rift, like the terrain is all running at a low frame rate, but everything else runs at a high frame rate, which makes it feel like it's running a lot faster and more smoothly, even though the ground is only updating every half second or so. But the UFOs and your own cursor and stuff are moving at probably 60 frames per second. It feels like 60. Maybe it's only 30 sometimes, but it feels like 60. Whereas this, the frame rate is low all the time and then gets worse. So it always feels kind of chunky. So I was thinking about doing Cronus Rift, but I don't actually know if that would be that interesting to look at. Deadline might be kind of cool, but we don't have enough time really to get into that. Cronus Rift, I played some and took some notes on what things were where. We could kind of recreate that a bit. So yeah, what do you all think? What should I play? What sounds cool? Could also look at some other C64 games that are shorter or interesting in other ways. Let's see, what am I thinking of here? Let's close this down. And could play Nellan is Thirsty. We probably have enough time to play all the way through Nellan is Thirsty and then end at like 8. So maybe we'll just. I don't know if I want to end quite that early though. What do I want to do? What should we play? Let's see. You know what? Let's play Nellan is Thirsty. I have this on some disk somewhere, but this is a standalone um, tape file version that I found because it was easier to find than finding it on my disk. I need to write a utility that'll search all of the directories of all of the D64 files that I have in a folder or in a folder hierarchy and tell me and find files in them, or just dump a text file with all of them so I can search that. Let's pretend that you are in an enchanted house. You should use 1 or 2 words to tell me what you want to do. I'll suggest messages at first. If you have a question while you're inside the house, type help. Are you the only person playing? Yes. I'm going to say yes for now. What is your name? Justice. You are in a room called the bank. A giant carpet on the floor says, "Welcome, Justice." A screen says that your visit will last for 72 scoots. 2 scoots have passed. To leave this room, type go north. The banker, Mr. Clinkcoin, looked glad to see you. There is a magic map here. If you take the map, you may consult the map. This is about the simplest text adventure that I know. This is the first text adventure that I ever beat because it is not very big and complicated. Take map and only has a couple of kind of obtuse things you have to do. Okay, you're carrying the map. And let's consult the map. Clearly written in BASIC based on how the speed of it drawing this map. But yeah, we are in the bank room. And the map shows the layout but doesn't show the names of any of the places until we visited them, apparently. Banker? I? To banker? Ling coin? Oh, let's see what help tells us. So I can consult. Consult banker. The banker laughs and says, "Well, Justice, did you know that rabbits are very fond of carrots?" Period. Okay, let's check my inventory. Your watch stays on your wrist for the whole visit. What? You have to consult my watch? Consult watch. Yes, it tells me how much time I have. So I can go north. You are in the white room. The walls are white. There is a wall to the west. You know that the bank is through the south doorway. There's a door to the north and a doorway to the east. A white rabbit is here. She hops to you and says, "I am Chula. Welcome to the enchanted house, my friend Justice." She hugs you and says, "I have a present for you in the gold room. If you say, 'Take rabbit,' then you can carry me to the east." Okay, take rabbit. Go east. All the walls in this room are painted gold. There are exits to the north, east, and west. Chula hops out of your arms and scurries off. She returns and says, "Please take this golden egg that I hid here in the gold room." Okay, I'll take the egg. Congratulations, Justice. You'll earn points when the egg is deposited in the bank. Chula the White Rabbit is here, and she says, "Well, my friend Justice, I hope you are enjoying your adventure." Can I consult the rabbit? Rabbit laughs and says, "Well, Justice, did you know that rabbits are very fond of carrots? Period." I guess we can go north and then. This is the milk room. If you have a bowl, you can say "fill bowl" or "get milk," and have your bowl filled with nice cold milk. There are doorways to the south and east. An old gum wrapper is on the floor. Big dapper. Oops. I'm not sure how I got D's out of that. I don't know what I can do with this wrapper, but is that a wall? For some reason, I was thinking there was a door there, but I guess not. Can I read the wrapper? No. Well, let's go east. You cannot enter. The doorway is blocked by a thick growth of carrots. Well, now. I imagine our friend can do something about that. Chula hops down and gobbles a growth of carrots that was blocking the east doorway. She smiles and says, "Thanks, friend Justice." You're in the store. In the corner of the room is a gigantic machine. A mechanical voice says, "Deposit coupons here." On the floor is a jewel. I don't think I have a coupon. Take jewel. Congratulations, Justice. You'll earn points when the jewel is deposited in the bank. Yeah, I can't go south from there. Let's wander back around, go past the gold room. Oh, it's hot in here. If you were in the hot if you were in the hot room and if cold milk were in this room, it would be warmed. The map shows the doorways. On the floor is a coupon. It says on the coupon that if it is dropped in the store while the machine is working, you will receive one blue bowl. Okay, let's take the coupon. Tap. Take coupon. Coupon. It's not registering all my key presses. You can only carry 4 objects, not counting the watch, and you are already carrying that much. If you want to get something else, you'll have to drop something first. Okay, let's drop the gum wrapper. Take the coupon. And then continue south. You're in the room where Nellan lives. This room is called the cat room. Nellan the cat is here. She nearly fills up the room because she's as big as an elephant. Really? In a soft, polite voice, she says, I'd love to have some nice cold milk. Many of my friends have tried to deliver cold milk here, and many have failed. Perhaps you, Justice, would be kind enough to try. I must warn you, it will not be easy. Well, let's see. Let's look at our map. So the problem is we have to get from the milk room to the cat room without going through the hot room, which does not currently look possible. I also need a bowl, but apparently I can get one from the store with the coupon I just got. Let's see how we're doing on time. 12 scoots have passed, so plenty of time left. You are standing in a room with green walls. A green chair is in the corner. A heavy coin is here, but I can't carry anymore. And I probably want all these things unless I was going to leave my map here. So let's sit in the chair. Well, Justice, you are in the office. You are standing next to a chair, which is next to a desk in a room with yellow walls and brown carpet. There's a door in the south wall. There's a college catalog from the University of Texas here. There's an old brass key here. So that was apparently a teleport chair. Let's consult the catalog. It doesn't help here. The door is so I can't go south because the door is locked and I'm carrying the key. But probably I can drop something to take the key. Take key. South. So we're at the bank, so I can drop the jewel, drop the egg. So far I have 50 out of 100 points. Now, do I have to keep carrying this key around, or are things unlocked? Read catalog. Consult catalog. I don't know. Is the catalog valuable? I doubt it. Let's drop the catalog. Okay, yeah. I have to. The door apparently automatically locks itself. I'll take the map with me just so I don't forget. I could have the whole place now mapped. So yeah, let's go to the store. South, east, north, east. You are in the store. Deposit, which I think is just a synonym for drop in this game. Coupon. Okay, there is a clean, empty blue bowl here. The machine in the corner has a flashing sign announcing, out of bowls. Let's take our bowl. Okay, you are carrying the bowl. This is the milk room. Let's get milk. Glug glug blink. Your bowl has cold milk in it now. Now we need to avoid, not the door. We need to avoid the hot room. I'm going to sit in the chair. Oh yes, a sign here says magic works in the enchanted house. See, let's drop our bowl. There's a clean, empty blue bowl here. Wow, Nellan is purring very, very loudly. She looks at you and says, Justice, you've made me so happy. I know that it wasn't easy to get this bowl of cold milk to me. You did it. Please accept this small present. She offers you a small vase. Nellan is napping. She's quite happy. A magnificent vase is here. Congratulations, Justice. You'll earn points when the vase is deposited in the bank. And then we'll also take the coin, which is also worth points. We'll sit in the chair, and we'll head back to the bank, deposit coin, and finally deposit vase. Mr. Klingcoin shouts, "You won!" The end. Ready. And now we're back out to basic. And here's the program for that game we just played. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. How old was I when I first played it? I don't know. I mean, I had it as one of in our big pile of shareware discs on the Commodore 64. So I don't know. I don't know how old I was, but it's the first adventure game. It's not only the first one that I beat. I think it's the first one where I actually felt like I was getting anywhere. Part of that is because the text adventure games that I had on the Commodore 64 were kind of bad. Like I played some of them since then. It's like, oh yeah, this doesn't really make sense and isn't very good. Except probably for Zork. I haven't really given Zork another big try, but Zork is also just a huge one, relatively speaking. So, at the age I was, and in fact, really the age that I still am now, I still, like text adventure games to be somewhat limited in length. Actually, I was thinking of writing a program to demonstrate how the multicolor bitmap mode works, but I'll do that some other time, actually, after I have a chance to do a dry run first. So yeah, let's hard reset that. Get our colors back. The Zeta 7, Skyfox, Sentinel, Scallop Scoot. These are the ancients. Probably be looking more at my own things here, but so would you like to see some of another text adventure? This one I have never. I do have one text adventure that I think, apart from the Zork game I had on C64, I did have one text adventure there on there that I think was good. I don't know that I really made any progress in it, but let's see. This isn't my original copy of it, but actually I could probably say yes to that. I don't know which is whether that's better or not. And maybe I'll try saying yes to that question. I don't know if it makes a difference. It might have a fast loader built in though. Whoops, I have the wrong. I had two Commodore 64s running. There we go. So this is Deadline, which was a actual full retail text adventure game, but it's it's very unusual in text adventure games because time actually passes while you're playing it. You're going through the course of a day investigating possible either Possible a murder or suicide. I think it's unclear to start with. I sort of assume it's going to turn out to be a murder, but the idea is that you probably can't solve it in one playthrough. You have to play through it multiple times to figure out where the all the evidence and important events are, the conversations you can overhear and things. So we can try this for a little bit. I think it also runs horribly slowly, but I think it does a ton of streaming off the disk, which is a bad thing on Commodore 64s. South Lawn, Deadline, an Interlogic Mystery. It's 8 a.m., so you have the time nice and prominently up here. South Lawn, you are on a wide lawn just north of the entrance to the Robner estate. Directly north at the end of a pebbled path is the Robner house, flanked to the northeast and northwest by a vast expanse of well-kept lawn. Beyond the house can be seen the lakefront. Yeah, like I go north and now it's loading. Front path. You are at the Robner's front door, which is closed. You can walk around the house from here to the east or west. To the south, a rolling lawn leads to the entrance of the estate. Knock. Knock the door. You hear footsteps inside the house. Mrs. Robner, dressed in black, opens the door and greets you. Hello, she says. I'm Mrs. Robner. Please come in. I'm afraid I really can't help you much. This is surely a terrible waste of time, not to mention upsetting, having all these police marching around the house. This has been a trying time, as I suppose you can understand. As I told Mr. Coates and the other detective, you may look around, but you must be out by 8 o'clock at the latest. Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Coates will be reading my husband's will at noon in the living room. You may attend if you wish. Mrs. Robner leads you into the house and closes the door behind you. Foyer. This is the foyer of the Robner house, beautifully appointed with a fine crystal chandelier, marble floors, and a large marble-topped table. The front door to the south is closed. The foyer continues north. I'm going to make myself some breakfast now. I'll be around all day if you need anything. I'll do what I can to help. Good day. Mrs. Robner heads off to the north. The word help isn't in my vocabulary. Well, that is unfortunate. I do have the manual here, though, which I did not when I originally had this game. Did not have the manual. The manual has a big interview with. It has a manual actually doesn't start with any instructions at all. It starts with a bunch of evidence information, a memo from the police department about my. Or I guess it's a memo about some interview transcripts mainly with Mrs. Robner, Miss Dunbar, which I guess was Mr. Robner's secretary and the last person to see him alive. Mr. Baxter, who is Robner's business partner, and they have their fingerprints for some reason. Mrs. Rourke, who is the housekeeper. No, nothing strange, nothing bad found in the teacup. So yeah, some lab report. George Robner, who is the Robner's son. The official another memo saying that although it appears that at least one member of the Robner household had a reason for wishing Mr. Robner dead, the findings on the medical examiner and evidence gained from interviews with the family and family associates are only consistent with the conclusion that Mr. Robner died of a self-administered overdose of ebullient. Oh, and then we have the actual manual starting on page 9. Okay, so where is our basic sentences? And so yeah, when we begin, you should basically tells you to start by wandering around and making a map. Which if I was gonna actually play this as a main thing that I was gonna stream for a while, I'd probably do. Read the story carefully. There are clues in many of the descriptions of locations and objects. Also check labels, books, and other items. Many objects in the story can be picked up and are needed to solve puzzles. Examine every object you come across. Many of the objects in the story that you can pick up are important for solving one of the puzzles or obtaining some evidence. Unlike other adventure games you may have, and they put adventure games in quotes, like they don't think so much of other adventure games. It may have played. There are many possible routes to completing Deadline. There is no one correct order for solving puzzles. Some puzzles have many solutions, others don't need solutions at all. However, sometimes you'll have to solve one puzzle in order to obtain the tools or information you need to solve another. It is often helpful to go through Deadline with another person. Different people may find different puzzles easy and can often complement each other. Don't be afraid to try something bold or strange. You can always save your position first if you want. So yeah, I guess this game supports saving. Trying the bizarre can be fun and will often give you a clue. Here's an example. Give the soggy newspaper to the night watchman. The night watchman tastes the soggy newspaper, spits it out, shivers, and looks at you sadly. You have just learned that there probably is something which would be better to give to the night watchman. Maybe the bottle of brandy you saw earlier in the story? I don't think there's a night watchman in this game. I think this is just an example. If you really have difficulty, you can order a hint booklet and a complete map from Infocom using the order form that came in your package. I strongly suspect I cannot do that now. But I can probably find the hint booklet online. You don't need this booklet to enjoy and solve the story, but it will be helpful to some people. Read the sample transcript on page 21. It's a good example of how Infocom's interactive fiction works. Yeah, they don't call this an adventure game. They call it interactive fiction. Yeah, time doesn't pass when I'm just sitting here. It passes when I do something. Other characters may help or deceive you when you try to solve a puzzle. So yeah, here's some examples of. This is an Infocom game, so it probably has a pretty sophisticated parser. Like, yeah, I guess you can do things like put toothbrush under bed and it will understand that. Or take knife, book, compass separated by commas and it'll understand that's a list of things you want to take. Same with like drop off. Or even things like put the gold bar and the necklace in the refrigerator. You can include several sentences and by separating commands with the word then or with periods. Put down the cup of coffee, then take the pencil. Period. Look behind the painting, then sit down on the Davenport, then read the magazine. So yeah, pretty sophisticated looking parser for its time. The words it and all can be, oh, interesting. So you can like examine the radio, turn it on. It can figure out, I guess it can figure out from previous, it'll figure out the context from previous things. You can take all from the bookcase and stuff like that. Interesting. So you can also like tell people to do things like Pete, comma, give me the key. Alice, comma, pet the purring cat. Characters will answer only two kinds of questions, asking for information about someone or something, and asking for the whereabouts of someone or something. Here are some examples. Mr. Jones, tell me about Mrs. Jones. Interesting. So that could get a lot of, I guess maybe a lot of information comes from asking people about other people. And I guess if your sentence is ambiguous, it'll ask you for clarifications. Deadline recognizes over 600 words. That's a pretty decent sized dictionary for what this is in the Commodore 64. Figure that's probably somewhere around maybe 5% of its total memory. Anyway, let's go ask someone about. Oh, and here's a have some important commands. Accuse someone of something. See, again, analyze thing. I guess I have an assistant I can ask to analyze something, including fingerprints. Analyze something for something. Interesting. Arrest. I guess that will end the case, but presumably you have to have some evidence, I guess, for that to work out. Ask someone about something. Fingerprint something. That's the same as analyze for fingerprints. Inventory, look, quit, restart. Script. Oh, I guess you can have it send all of the stuff to the printer. Anyway, post version wait. You can wait for someone or for some amount of time. Then it has a few other words and things. But yeah, let's sample transcript and map. This is not from Deadline, so I'm not really going to look at it. Let's go north. See, the west is an open doorway. Mrs. Roberts, let's follow her to the kitchen. There's at the corner of two halls. So the north is our swinging double doors leading to the kitchen. Door. This is the Robner kitchen, quite large and with a full complement of appliances and labor-saving devices. On one wall, a beautifully crafted shelf unit contains rare china, a unique hand-painted family heirloom depicting scenes from Greek mythology. The china consists of many place settings of plates, teacups, and saucers. There are several cabinets which likely contain silverware, glasses, and the like. To the east is a pantry. Mrs. Robner is preparing a meal. Mrs. Rourke is here, clearing the kitchen. Ask let's see how smart this is. Robner about her son. Does not know son. Ask Mrs. MRS Robner about George. Was that his name? A child. He may be a man in age, but he still hasn't really grown up. He'll find himself someday, but in the meantime he can still be a trial. I guess Marshall and I were too lenient. We probably still are, but he is our son, after all. We can't throw him out on the street. Mrs. Rourke about George. George is something, I tell you. The black sheep of the family is what I'd say. Never met nobody with less respect for money. You'd think it grew on trees, not that it don't around here. Well, there I go, shooting off my mouth again. Mrs. Rourke about Mrs. Robin. Let's see if she'll talk about her when she's in the same room. Mrs. Rourke looks briefly toward Mrs. Robner and then speaks in a low whisper. Ah, so they let you do that and work around it. Now she's a strange sort. Real lively when she moved here, but I don't think she ever liked the life here. Her people are from Boston, one of those old families, and she never got used to Mr. Robner's ways. She goes out a lot, and sometimes she doesn't even come back at night. Not that I'm spying on her, but I know about these things. She has callers here, a number of men. One in particular comes more than others. A widower, I think. A real live wire. Not what it's any of my business, but I think someone with a sharp tongue could do her a lot of damage if she doesn't watch herself. It's Mrs. Robner. Mrs. Rourke. Yeah, so same thing. Mrs. Robner looks briefly towards Mrs. Rourke and then speaks in a low whisper. She's an excellent housekeeper and sometimes even helps with the cooking. For all her good qualities, though, she's too much of a snoop and a gossip. She tries to keep track of everyone around here. It's unnerving sometimes. But as servants go these days, she's quite extraordinary. That's Mrs. Mr. Baxter? Baxter. Huh. Stuffiest person I ever met. I don't mind telling you I've never liked him much. So serious, businesslike. Thinks he's hot stuff, I imagine. I really shouldn't be telling you this, though, I suppose. Rourke, they tell me, stop your gossiping. Not that I'm a gossip, mind you, but I do have my opinions. Ask Mrs. Robner about Mr. Baxter. Baxter has been my husband's partner for a long time, but they're not close friends. Baxter has always had the head for making money, and Marshall had the creative spark for new products. The two of them were perfect for each other in the early days. Of course, things haven't been going well lately. I guess none of that matters much now. So who are our other suspects here that I could ask about? From the manual, we've got Mrs. Robner, the secretary, Ms. Dunbar. I've always thought she was a bit too smug in her relationships around here. A bit above herself, if you see my meaning. After all, she's really just a glorified secretary. She acts as though she's part of the family, and she does get along well with almost everyone here. I swear, though, Marshall spent more time with her than me lately. Not that I'm trying to imply that anything went on between them. Quite the contrary. Ask or Mrs. Rourke. See what Mrs. Rourke thinks about that. About Ms. Abbott. About Ms. Dunbar. Miss Dunbar is nice. She's the best of the lot, I think. She's always been real friendly to me and helps out when I have a problem. Mr. Robner, he really liked her too. I don't think Mrs. Robner did, though. He's been so busy lately with the business and Miss Dunbar that I don't think the missus hardly saw him much. Kind of jealous, maybe, of the two of them, I mean. And we asked about Mr. Baxter, Mrs. Rourke, George. That's all of the characters that they had interviews for in the manual. Whoever the lawyer is, I guess I could ask about if I could remember what his name was. Like if I was really gonna play through this for the stream, I'd be taking some notes about that. Let's have a look here again. So just looking at the room description again takes one of my minutes. But I do have a lot of time. Doesn't say where the exits are. So in a word it doesn't recognize, it doesn't penalize me time, but if I try to do something I can't do, like type exit, then it does. Like I'll try to go east. Oh, I can go into the pantry. I guess it's a big pantry. This is the pantry with shelves containing a large selection of canned and packaged food such as fruits, vegetables, and dry goods. Sitting on a set of wooden shelves is a food assortment. There's nothing special. Just for the heck of it, let's try to analyze the food. Sergeant Duffy appears with a puzzled look on his face. With all respect, I don't think I can take that to the laboratory. I'll be nearby if you need me. He leaves, slowly shaking his head. Okay. I thought that was a silly thing to try. Dining room. You've entered the dining room. A long table seating 12 is in the center of the room, and a large trestle table is against the south wall. Large picture window to the north allows a view of the rose garden. Hanging on the wall are several cheerful paintings, including one by Seurat, which appears to be an original. Silly but fun, yeah. Sing mode. That'll be interesting for this. I don't have any background. That's the other thing I do is I probably try to have some background music to play along with this. Then find something nice and mystery type thing. The paintings are by various artists. They are brightly colored, but not overly loud. Works of cheerful outdoor scenes and still lifes. They give the room a light and pleasant feel. Let's try to take it. You would be an impolite guest to fool with these things without cause. But what if there's a secret safe or something there? That'd probably be in the office. You can't move the painting. Let's try analyze painting. I'll probably get the same response. Yep, Sergeant Duffy says the same thing. How do you spell trestle? Does it have two T's? Yes, it does. Poor Sergeant Duffy, I keep asking him to do weird things. I guess Mrs. Robner is gonna eat in the dining room. Yep, there she goes. Bottom of the stairs. Let's stay on this floor. Here is the living room. This is a large and impressive room. Yeah, I guess he's getting used to it. Whose furnishings bespeak the great personal wealth of the Robners. The south side of the room is a large bay window, now closed, which looks out onto the front yard. A woodpile sits beside a huge fieldstone fireplace. A double doorway leading to the main hall is the only exit. Pictures of Mrs. Robner. I don't know. I could try looking behind it. Her ancestors locked in one wall. The room contains formal seating for at least 15 people and several groups of chairs and couches, tables and cabinets. All of the finest mahogany and walnut complete the furnishings. On one of the tables is a telephone. Sitting on a table is a hardcover book. Miss Dunbar is sitting on the sofa here. Examine book. This is the novelization of Deadline, a classic work of computer fiction. So this is the book of this game in the game. Read book. Let's see how it ends. You start to read it and it seems oddly familiar as if you had lived it. Ask Ms. Dunbar about Mr. Dunbar. Ask Ms. Oh, Dunbar, but not about Mr. Dunbar, about Mr. Robner. Miss Dunbar looks down at the ground and sniffles softly. I've known him for years. He's been tremendously nervous and depressed lately about business. I don't think all was well in his personal life either. George has always been a problem for him. He even mentioned suicide once, although I never took it seriously. It shows you can never tell. She wipes her eyes with her hands. Ask Ms. Dunbar about Mrs. Wagner. Once I'm done talking to Ms. Dunbar, I'll go try your look behind the painting idea. She's a lovely person. She and Marshall were always an odd couple. He was so quiet and reserved, and she's so lively and sociable. She's changed a lot over the last few years. She used to enjoy her life here, but lately she's been restless and irritable. And now with Marshall's death, I'm worried about what may become of her. Dunbar, George. Nobody likes George much. He's always alone when he's here, and that's only when he thinks he can't get more money to waste. I think he's just been waiting for the day when his father's money would be his. I can't say I miss him when he's not here. A thoroughly obnoxious child. Ask Mrs. Dunbar about who's left. Partner and the housekeeper. Mr. Baxter, I see him often when he comes here on business, but I don't really know him that well. We keep to business when he comes around, and I hardly ever talk with him otherwise. Yeah, the housekeeper. He is, of course, an excellent executive, and poor Mr. Robner had every confidence in him. Ask Ms. Dunbar about Mrs. Rourke. Ms. Rourke. Mrs. Rourke is a very good servant, always helpful and always nearby when needed. Is Mrs. Rourke. Said to Miss Dunbar. I haven't seen her today. No, okay. So yeah, let's try your painting idea. You go up to the corner and turn left and go west. Look behind painting. There is nothing behind the painting. So yeah, it understood that, but nothing there. There's a whole outdoor area to explore too. Like I think there's actually a building on the lake side, and there's the rose garden. Bottom of stairs. Let's have a look at the bottom of the stairs. Here at the foot of the stairs to the second floor, open archways lead west and south. South? South hallway. You're in the east-west hallway south of the staircase. A door to the south is closed. Door is locked. Mrs. Rourke's room. This is the bedroom of the housekeeper, Mrs. Rourke, and she is very simply furnished. A single bed, flanked by wooden end tables, sits below a closed window on the south end of the room. The floor is hardwood with no rug. The only exit is a door to the north, which is open. Open tables. You must be very clever to do that to the tables. I guess they don't have a drawer in them. Look under bed. No doubt you were looking for the boogeyman, but you are out of luck. I forget what exits were in the south hallway. I go east? Yeah. This is the end of the east-west hallway. To the south, a small door is open. Another door to the east is closed. Well, let's check the... Oh, it's a closet. The closet is open. This is a little used storage closet containing odds and ends of no interest whatsoever. The exit is to the north. You hear a phone ring in a nearby room. Imagine if I was in the living room, maybe I could listen in on this phone call, but I'm too far from it. That's a thing where I'd make a note. So like at 9:08 the phone rings, and then next time I can play through and be there for that. Find an unoccupied phone and listen to the whole conversation, or listen to half of it wherever someone is actually speaking on it. I guess I could try to get to the phone. Let's see. I would need to go west, then north. So Ms. Dunbar is going that way. Pretty sure Mrs. Robner is going the same place I am, the living room where the phone is. Although, I guess the phone stopped ringing. All I hear is a dial tone. So let's go see what the room is at the end of the hallway here. Oh, it's the bathroom. This house has a bathroom. Open the door that's closed, the one to the east. I don't need to open the open door. Mrs. Rourke's bathroom. This is Mrs. Rourke's bathroom. Aside from the usual bathroom fixtures are two shelves affixed to the wall. The door at the west side of the room is open. On the shelves. Nothing is on the shelves. George, off to the north, disappears from sight off to the west. I guess George is here. Let's go track him down and ask him about. I can't go that way? Then how did he go that way? Oh, I see. He was to the north and went west. But where did he get off to now? Kitchen? Ah, here he is. Ask George. See what everybody seems to not like George. See what George thinks about people. Like I told your detective friend yesterday, we didn't get along too well. He was always riding me, giving me a hard time. George gets worked up talking about it. Look, man, I'm not going to lie and say that I loved him, right? He got what. He stops in mid-sentence. Ask George about Mrs. Robner. She's okay, not as stuck up as Dad about money. We've always gotten along pretty well. I think she understands me better than Dad ever did. Ask George about Mr. Baxter. I don't know much about him, really. With Baxter, it's always business, and he's not much except to discuss business with Dad. You might ask Ms. Dunbar about him, though. She handled lots of Dad's business matters herself, so they work together a lot. They probably know each other pretty well. Ask George about Ms. Dunbar. She's been here for about 10 years, I guess. She knows a lot about Dad's business, and he lets her take care of a lot of the stuff by herself. Other than that, I can't say. We don't get in each other's way. I think she's heard Dad lecture me too often. A bot about Mrs. Rourke. George looks briefly towards Mrs. Rourke and then speaks in a low whisper. She's nice, but awfully nosy. She acts like she knows everything that goes on around here, but she doesn't know the half of it. That everybody? Mrs. Robner, Miss Dunbar, Mr. Baxter, Mrs. Rourke, George Robner. Yeah. Let's go upstairs and look around up there. Do 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 do. East. Up. Stairs. You're on a landing halfway up the flight of stairs. You notice that the stairs do indeed make quite a noise when stepped upon. You are at the top of the staircase, where short hallways run north and south, and the corridor the length of the house heads west. You'll head north to the north upstairs hall. There's a guest room. This room contains the bare essentials for a guest room: bed, tables, and a chair. A window looks toward the bed. Look under bed. Nope. Still nothing. Still no boogeyman. Yes. Try going south. South upstairs hall. The hallway turns a corner here and continues east. To the north is the head of the stairs, and there's also a door to the south. Dunbar's bathroom. This bathroom contains the usual sink, toilet, and bath. A medicine cabinet, closed, is above the sink. Go to the north. Open cabinet. See what's in Ms. Dunbar's. Opening the cabinet reveals a bottle of low blow, a bottle of cough medicine, and a bottle of aspirin. Analyze. And low blow. What is low blow? Grob's Pharmacy. Take one tablet 3 times daily. Is mesperin. May be dangerous when used in combination with other medications. Sergeant Duffy. Analyze low blow. Sergeant Duffy walks up quietly as a mouse. He takes the bottle of low blow from you. I'll return soon with the results, he says, and leaves as silently as he entered. End of South Hall. The hall ends here. To the south is a walk-in closet. This large closet has many shelves containing various cleaning equipment and supplies. No, because there's nothing on the shelves. Right, from here we can go east and west, I think, or just west. So I'm just west of the staircase. There are doors on both sides. Both are open, and the hallway continues west. Let's go south. Dunbar's bedroom. Miss Dunbar is lying on her bed. Ask Miss Dunbar, what's wrong? What is wrong? There was something like that, I thought. I can ask Ms. Of course, part of the problem is that I don't remember where a single quote is on the Commodore 64 keyboard. Uh, see if I can spot it on here. Wait, this is not a real C64 keyboard. What? Well, I can't use what in that sense. I think this was in the manual. Let's see. Ask someone about something. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe I just imagined that, and that wasn't actually a thing. Hmm. I don't know. Or if he is feeling. I think these are more complicated questions, and I need something simpler. But yeah, I thought there were two types of asks I could do, but I'm not seeing where it said that in the manual. Maybe just the two where ask. Oh yeah, I guess characters will only answer only two kinds of questions: asking for information about someone or something, and asking for the whereabouts of someone or something. So you can either ask about a person or you can ask where a person is. So I don't know why Ms. Dunbar is laying down at 10 in the morning, but after having a because or did I have it? I did talk to her already, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Did I not talk to her yet? I thought she was in the she was in the living room, I think. I'll ask her about George again and see if it looks familiar. Yep. Yeah, I already have already seen that. So across the hallway from Ms. Dunbar's room is the master bedroom. This is the Robner's master bedroom, decorated in the Queen Anne style. A large four-poster bed with paired end tables fills the south end of the room, which is where the door is. On one of the end tables is a telephone. Yeah, George thought she would know more about Mr. Baxter, but she said she only talks business with him. But George probably wouldn't really know. He is never involved in the business stuff. But yeah, it's hard to say that for sure. Yeah. Where was it? On one of the end tables is a telephone. Dressers, a small chair, and a lounge are against the walls. The north wall contains a balcony window, which is closed. An open doorway leads east to the bathroom. A large mirror with a gilt frame hangs on the west wall. Look under bed. No boogeyman under this bed either. Behind mirror. Master bathroom. This is Mr. and Mrs. Robner's private bathroom, accessible only from the bedroom through a door to the west. On one wall is a mirror over a long counter containing two sinks, and in addition to the usual bathroom fixtures is a jacuzzi. Hanging plants give the room an almost tropical atmosphere. On the counter is a bottle of Sneezo tablets. Beside a toothbrush is a bottle of Allergon. So I guess there's a whole bunch of different medications around. And then Allergon. Take two tablets. Okay, so this is for take two tablets every 4 hours for allergies. It causes extreme drowsiness. Combination of allergon with alcohol is dangerous. In case of overdose, consult with physician properly. Still nothing particularly unusual there. Sergeant Duffy returns with the bottle of low blow. For a moment you muse on his almost magical entrances. I am sorry, he begins. The lab found nothing of interest. With that, he leaves, handing you the bottle of low blow as he whisks away. Hallway. This is approximately the middle of the corridor, a convenient place for a closet full of linens. Stairs are to the east, and a window to the west are about equidistant. Closet to the north is open and rather shallow. Upstairs closet. It is rather shallow and has some shelves full of assorted linens, towels, and uninteresting toilet articles. This section of hallway is near the west end. Through the window at the end of the hall, you can see some trees and the lake beyond. The hallway continues east and west. The door to the south is open. This is George's bedroom. In addition to the normal furnishings, there is a small liquor cabinet and a stereo with records and tapes. The door leading to the hall north is open. Another door to the east is open. Is that his bathroom? He have his own bathroom, I guess. Open cabinet. Opening the liquor cabinet reveals a bottle of scotch and a bottle of bourbon. Take all from cabinet. And then bourbon. Drink bourbon. You take a small swig of the golden fluid, which burns as it goes down. Now we'll try the scotch too. It's one thing to take a bracer on occasion, but you must resist the temptation to indulge too often. Oh, okay. It won't let me drink too much. Look under bed. No boogeyman there either. I don't know why I'm looking under all the beds. Wonder if it says what kind of records he has. This is a large collection with many different types of music represented. George is evidently not very particular when it comes to music. Burned on stereo. Stereo is now on. Let's examine the tapes. Maybe there's some that aren't music. Tape. Listen to radio. Oh, listen to stereo. Tape in stereo. I wonder if I can find some other tapes somewhere. Preachy game. Put tape in stereo. Nice try. I wonder if I can, if I at some point would find some other tape somewhere that's a recording of some conversation or something that I can play on this. That seems like a thing they might do. East. George's bathrooms. This is George's bathroom with all the appropriate fixtures. Shaving gear sits near the sink. Salmon shaving gear. Oops. Salmon shaving gear. Yeah, sometimes it just eats my inputs. I'll blame that on it being an emulator, I guess. Let's see, have I been... Oh, there's anything across the way to the north. End of the hallway. This is the west end of the upstairs hall. To the north is the library, where Mr. Robner was found. Its solid oak door has been knocked down and is lying just inside the entrance to the library. A window which cannot be opened is at the end of the hallway, and there's nothing but inside. This is the library where Mr. Robner's body was found. It is decorated in a simple but comfortable style. Mr. Robner obviously spent a great deal of time here. A wide executive desk sits before the tall balcony windows which lie at the north of the room. A telephone is sitting on the desk. The east side of the room is composed of 3 large bookshelf units containing numerous volumes on many topics. The floor is carpeted from wall to wall. The massive oak door which blocked the entrance has been forcibly knocked off its hinges and is lying by the doorway. A pencil is lying on the floor near the desk. Beside the desk is a large collapsible tray. Sitting on the tray is a bowl containing a white powdery substance. Alongside the desk is a wicker waste paper basket containing a bunch of crumpled papers. Lying on the floor overturned is a beautiful saucer. Turned onto its side, lying on the floor, is a beautiful teacup. Lying atop the desk is a pad of white note paper. A desk calendar is here, open to July 7th. There's a bottle of ebullient here. Let's look at the bowl. Analyze bowl. I think that would have been analyzed already, but he takes a sugar bowl from you. I guess it's a sugar bowl, so maybe that's just sugar to put in the tea. Take papers. Read papers. There are 3 wads of paper. One is a shopping list, another is a list of current stock prices. The last is the start of a letter to the board of directors of Robner Corp. Unfortunately, does not contain enough information to allow even a guess about the intent of the letter. We had a pencil, pen pad, use pencil on pad. I want to like scribble on pad. Apply pencil to pad. Write on pad. Write on pad with pencil. You're nuts. Why? Let's see, the east side has 3 large bookshelves. Examine. Oh. Sure, let's examine the calendar. I want to look at those bookshelves on the east. The only listing here is an appointment with Baxter at 2 p.m. Examine bookshelves. The shelves contain many books and manuscripts covering a wide range of subjects. They are meticulously arranged. Move bookshelves? Is there a secret passage here? Open bookshelves? You must be very clever to do that to the bookshelves. Take books. You have better things to do than taking books from the shelves. I feel like there's probably a way to go from the... No. Running out of time if I want to get there for the reading of the will. But it's probably about time for us to end anyway. I just want to see if I can, if there's a way to go from the master bedroom to... Oh, Sergeant Duffy is back. The bowl, he begins, has the fingerprints of Mr. Robner and Ms. Dunbar. The bowl contains common table sugar only. Yeah, just a bowl of sugar. Mr. Robner and Ms. Dunbar touched it, which makes sense, as I think Ms. Dunbar brought him tea, so also the sugar. Examine mirror. Move mirror. Open mirror. Break mirror. What have I got? Break mirror with fist. Even says I don't have one. No, doesn't know what a fist is. Break mirror with face. Break mirror with book. Don't you know it's bad luck to break mirrors? Have a look here. Oh yeah, I have to go down more. Look. The east is the staircase, north is the corner. Nothing east there. So I forget where the reading of the will was going to be. Well, I suppose I could go to the door, wait 10 minutes. Maybe see where people are gathering. Hear footsteps on the staircase. Assume that's Ms. Dunbar coming down. I keep waiting my 1 minute. Wait, is there more down? Can you go down from the downstairs? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so it looks like we're heading for the living room. Ms. Dunbar is here, sitting on the sofa. George is here pacing around the room. Mrs. Robner is sitting here knitting, and Mr. Baxter is sitting here quietly. Time passes. Actually, let's see if Duffy will analyze the book. Maybe it has the solution at the back. Mr. Coates steps into the room. Mr. Coates shakes your hand. I'm glad you're here, Inspector. We'll begin the reading soon. Mr. Coates begins. This is an awkward situation. Mr. Robert told me 5 days ago that he wanted to execute a new will and promised to call me when it was completed. As I never heard from him, I must assume that he either changed his mind or did not complete the new will. Therefore, the one in my possession must be considered the most recent testament. From the corner of your eye, you catch George nodding in his head as if in approval and smiling broadly. Continuing, Mr. Coates says, naturally, should a more recent will exist and be found within a reasonable period, the present one will be voided. I will proceed with reading the will here in my hands, which was executed 3 years ago last month. He reads the will, simply written and direct, leaving equal parts of the estate to his son, George Arthur Robner, and his wife, Mrs. Leslie Phillips Robner. There is some discussion, understated congratulations, and overstated sympathy, which Mr. Coates cut short by clearing his throat. I must leave now, I'm afraid. If you have any questions, I can be contacted tomorrow. He picks up the phone, dials his office, and asks to be picked up at the Robner estate. Ask Mr. Coates, and not Mr. Robner. I guess he won't answer questions like that. And I'm just gonna stop here, I think. It's probably a good place to stop. So I don't know if anybody's interested in me playing more of this next time. I'm tentatively thinking about doing Cultist Simulator or some Final Fantasy 14 just for a little bit next time. Sort of undecided. what the next thing will be. I don't think I really have anything that I had made a note of playing next. But yeah, like if you're interested in seeing some Coronis Rift, or we could actually have a go at actually solving this deadline thing, possibly over the course of some streams. It'll be a lot of listening to me talk because that's all there really is if it's deadline. And I'll have to draw up a map and start making some real notes and probably a searchable notes thing that we can have for the stream if we do that. But yeah, does that sound interesting? Deadline or Cultist Simulator, which sounds interesting to any of you. If I do Deadline, I'll probably want to like take a break in the middle to do something with some music and other sound. Maybe also have some quiet classical music in the background for the actual game too. But it is to cultist. I guess I don't know what is to me is referencing because everything is so delayed. That the that Deadline is interesting, or that Cultist Simulator is interesting. Hmm. Well, I guess I'll decide which one I want to play by the next stream anyway, and call this one done. So have a good night and a good week, and probably stream on Tuesday. Bye.